Hello everybody, Happy New Year. Welcome to my channel. Everyone new out there and anybody who has been here the whole time. I have been having a little bit of a rest, being Christmas, and but now I'm back. I may not be here every day, but I will be checking in as much as I can. I want to talk about the full moon that is coming up. We have something on the 6th of January, something very, very special. I feel that energy could really ignite during this time and it could be a really, really powerful time. Over here in Spain is the Three Kings. It is the Christmas time here. So again, that's why I've been a little bit slow because a lot's still going on over here. But I just really feel that we are going through a massive transition and this full moon is really, really important. And I just want to discuss about release and when we manifest during this time and how more effective you could make things for yourself if you change the angle of where you look at it. Now, it's really easy to put a wish out there and say, hey, I'd like a new house. I want $1 million. I want all of this. But do you really believe it? And that is often the reason why manifestations don't actually come to fruition most of the time. Even if we make 1,000 vision boards, we wish every day, we clear ourselves with Hooponopono, whatever. Unless we really believe it inside and we believe we deserve it and we have the value for it, it isn't going to happen, okay? So I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm being shown Sagittarius here. The sign of Sagittarius. I do know that Sagittarius is very linked in with the number 3 and with 2023, which is a very creative sign. It's like the child of the zodiac in many ways, but it's also about expansion and travel. And I feel like we have to sometimes expand the way we're thinking, change our perspective, think outside the box, go through the looking glass, guys, and see what's on the other side and find a new way of doing things, okay? Because, like I said, we can be banging our heads against a brick wall, listening to every video on the internet, reading every book about how to do these things, but still inside there is something that hasn't altered, which needs to adjust in order for us to get this flow going. It's like a tap which you turn on, but the pressure is wrong. So it doesn't matter how much you turn it one way or the other, the water is still just not flowing because there's a block somewhere and it needs to be unblocked first. Now, obviously, we can do that with healing, but I say but, sometimes healing can bring up more challenges and it can take a long time to get to that point of pure belief and knowing when we're not even thinking about it. So I have come up with a way of considering a manifestation for full moon, and this is something I'm going to do today. And if you're listening to this today, then fabulous, because you still have a couple of days to make this come about, or if you gives you a bit of time to sort it out. Now, full moons are a good time to let go of things. We've just come out of an old year and we're coming into a new year. And in my eyes, the new year isn't going to start till the 22nd, really. We've got Chinese New Year at the end of the year, January, but we've still in 2 retrogrades till the 17th, and for some reason the 22nd is calling out to me, one, because it's a power number, and also because it's the 22nd as in 2022, and that means we can go into the 23rd as in 2023. And because we've been in these retrogrades, it isn't been easy to kind of get things going, and I expect a lot of you have been kind of not motivated. You've come in really quiet. When you come out on New Year's Eve, generally everybody's hungover and tired anyway, so you never feel really motivated to get going. I always say it's after the 10th because that's when the world starts waking up, people start going back to work. But in this case, I feel like, we need to make use of this time in a most relaxed way, a fun way, rather than trying to do it all before New Year's Eve, which is often what we do. I don't know about you, but I always want to clean everything. I want to, sleep in new bedding when I wake up and, I want to do that. But you end up, it doesn't always work that way because things get in the way. And particularly from my point of view, it's one of the busiest times of the year. So I have less time to clean and sort out because I'm dealing with readings. And of course going out, although I didn't go out this year, I went out New Year's Day, which is another story we don't want to go into. But anyway, we have this change is coming up. We've got this brand new, lovely full moon, which is going to highlight inner security. Um, it's going to be quite emotional. It could be a lot of mood changes, obviously with the retrogrades and everything. But I do feel Jupiter is also magnifying here and bringing in some great ideas. So I'll get to the point now. So what I'm going to do is do some clearing, and it's very easy to say I'm going to clear my closets, I'm going to clear my house, I'm going to clean. But what do you really do with the stuff, right? You probably, if you're going through your wardrobe, think, oh yeah, well, do I want to get rid of that? Oh, that cost me that much. Is it? What can I get for it? And you're probably considering, well, if I'm going to get rid of it, I'm going to put it on Facebook or on Gumtree or eBay, or I'm going to take it to a boot fair and see what I can get for it, or I'll see if someone wants to buy it. Well, consider how much time that takes. You might have to wait for, I don't know, 20 days for something to sell on eBay. You've got to photograph it, you've got to write up all the information and all these online sites. With Facebook, you get people coming back and forth going, oh, can you put the price down? Or you've got to come and get it? Or where do you live? And you've got to stay in to get it picked up. Imagine all that time taken. Now, what I'm suggesting here is to first of all ask yourself how much you would like to bring in when you release. What would you like to swap it with? What is your biggest dream this year? What would you like to achieve? Okay, have you made a wish list? Okay, I've started making this wish list. It's not completely available to see just yet, but it's in my head. Like, for instance, on the 5th, I want to go and see the Three Kings come in on the ships. I've never done that here in Spain. I want to go paddleboarding this year because I've never paddleboarded in my life. I would like to go to Dream Beach this year because I've never done it, and also Prodigy are playing, so wow, what an experience. Even though I'm 52, who cares? I want to do a festival, never done a big festival, and it's just down the road. Hey, why not? Lots and lots of things that and I want to make them happen this year. And the first thing is to look back at what you did last year, right? Look back at that wish list you made, because even though we say we didn't make resolutions, I bet you there's some. And you might have thought, right, I'm going to have my dream house this year, I'm going to buy a new car, I'm going to travel to so and so, and everything went tits up, right? I know, for instance, at the beginning of last year, I had plans in motion for family to come over. I was going to have a whole holiday all through the summer. All of these things were going to happen, and everything changed, right, in a moment. By the time I got to August, I broke my ankle, my friends had cancelled, all of these things had changed. And so what I did is looked back and say, why didn't this happen, right? What did I wish for? And okay, the breaking the ankle, all that was universal as well. However, there was a reason behind that too, which was kind of my responsibility. Is look at all the things you wish for. Did you achieve them? How many did you achieve? And why did they not happen? Was this something you didn't do? Is this something you've asked for every single year for the last 6 years and you still haven't done anything about it? You might say, I want to write 6 books, but have you actually sat down with a pen and paper or a computer and started writing 1 page of a book? Have you? So it's important to kind of look at all those things and then say, is it still the same wish this year? Okay, so what have I got to do it? And maybe it is a money issue. Maybe it is that you're unable to travel the world because you haven't got the money. Why haven't you got the money? Did you put the money aside? Was it possible last year? Obviously the electric went up. We had a lot happened in 2022 that actually prevented us doing things. And I feel like it's a delay because this year we've got all these wonderful planetary alignments, okay, especially in May and March. In March, 200 years, everything's going to change. So what I've done, and this is what I'd suggest you to do, is say it's a monetary thing, and you say, right, okay, I want to travel, but I need 10,000 to do it, okay? 5,000, I don't know, 1,000. Then go through all your stuff, clear some space. When you clear space, you have space for new stuff to come in. When you empty your bucket of coins because you've got to pay a bill, there's an empty bucket to fill up. If you can kind of consider it that way, you're not feeling of the loss of the coins, you're feeling of, oh, I can start all over again and I'm going to get new stuff now, right? So if you clear something out of your drawer, you might be in a place of lack, thinking, okay, I'm going to get rid of these trousers, but what about next in 6 months' time when I need these trousers again? It might be change of season, but what if I can't afford them? If you're already thinking that, then you're not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? So it's no different than making a wish list and going, oh, but I haven't got the money right now. I'm never going to be able to afford that, but I'd like it, please. You haven't got the belief, you haven't got the intention, there's nothing behind it. But if you can change, right, so one way of getting over that is to put a price on those pants, right, or trousers, whatever you call them. Say you bought them and they were £10, okay, or $10. Maybe they were $100. They're designer, and you know. So say it's something you've worn a lot, $10, and they've got holes in, and you really think, yeah, but you know they're my old faithfuls kind of thing. Consider writing that down on your list. Put a label on it, or write it on this. Say trousers, $10. Okay, put them in the bag. All right, and think, once I get rid of that, that's $10 coming into my pot. Now, if it's something, for instance, you're unable to put a price on. Now, I'm doing an exhibition in Spain at the moment. An art exhibition, and I was pricing artwork up, and there was one piece that you've probably seen on my YouTube things, which is the White Rabbit. It's still an original. It's still in my home, because I was unable to put a price on it. Every time I put a price on, I put a high price on. My fear was it was going to get sold. It didn't matter how high I put the price on, it still wasn't enough. And so I knew that it was priceless and it had to stay with me. Now, if it's something like that and it is priceless and it means that much to you, then it needs to stay, all right? There's a reason for it. Maybe your soul is saying, no, you are going to need that. That is important. It's worth its weight in gold. It's going to bring in much more. You need to trust you don't have to sell that to get what you need, all right? It could be an heirloom. You know, you're thinking, right, I need to buy a house, but, you know, I've got this beautiful ring here. It's just sat here, but my mum gave it to me, whatever. And you think, right, I'll get 500 for it. Consider what that loss really means, because sometimes it's so strong. It's not just like, oh my God, I'm not going to have it anymore. It's not that kind of thing. It's an absolute, you're not ready. It's so it needs to stay, all right? But let's look at things where we're going, oh yeah, but what if I need it next year? What if, you know, why do I need those unicorn horns? Because I might need them for my birthday next year. You know, they cost me €1, but hey, it's going to save me €1 next year. Well, maybe you don't want to be a unicorn next year. Maybe you want to be a fairy, you know? Maybe you want to be a hippopotamus. I don't know. But, you know, it's €1. Get over it. You can spend €1 on a euro millions. You can lose €1 in the bottom of your bag, you know? You can throw €1 away. You'll go, oh, it's just on a tip, all right? So look at everything, go for everything, and really consider, have I worn this in the last 6 months? Have I worn this in the last year? Have I ever used this? Do I care? Did I bother about it this year? Have I forgotten it was even there? If you go in with fear and you're already considering, oh my God, you need to step back until you're not feeling, oh my God, because again, you're already putting the intention on it. But if you can consider, right, oh my goodness, if I add this to my list, that's another €10 to that 10,000 I want to make. When it comes to Christmas Eve, when it comes to the full moon night, have a ritual, write your list in your letter to the universe and say, I'm releasing A, B, and C, and D. I'm releasing all these things as a gift, as an exchange to you, because this is what I would love, you know, I'm manifesting in. All right? So, you know, it's like when you get you write a check to the universe, and you probably like willingly go, oh, I'll have 250 grand, thanks. Do you really believe it? I mean, I've had one stood on the thing, you know, I've had them all over the place, but the 250 grand hasn't appeared because still something inside me was stopping that, okay? So this is a practice for myself just as much as you guys, because it's still a block in me, although I know how to work it. I'm still working with it, you know? We have old blocks from years ago from lack, or we've been conditioned that way. It does take time. It is only a single thought that changes it, but it's the belief inside that really manifests it, okay? So find a way of changing it up so you can believe it. So when someone gives you something, if you're in lack, right, someone gives you something, immediately the people in lack will want to give something back, right? They will want to pay for it. It's kind of like, and there's so many of us that do it. We feel guilty. It's guilt. Oh my God, someone's giving me that. Oh my God, do I deserve it? Am I valuable enough? Really, what you want to do is when someone gives you something, say thank you. Thank you so much. That's such a wonderful thing. Not, oh my God, they gave me a gift for my birthday and I forgot theirs, which is often what goes through in our heads. So this way, what you can look at it is actually like an exchange. all right? An exchange of energy. There isn't actually money involved, although there will be because you're going to manifest it. It's energetic money. It's an energetic exchange. No different than if you were going to do Reiki healing with somebody and you're exchanging something. You can exchange it with a chicken. You can exchange it with a hug. You can exchange it with a good deed. It doesn't have to be monetary, but it's worth its weight in gold. Sometimes a hug or words of love or gratitude can be what somebody most needs in the world, not £1,000,000, right? So make your list of the things as you're clearing, put it in a bag. I've already started doing this. You know, I went into the bathroom, I went, right, there you go, let's stuff all this in a bag, and I was counting it as I was putting it in. Now it's in the bag, it's not really an issue. I'm not looking at it. I wasn't looking at it anyway. It was just blocking my way because there was no space to put anything, you know, old makeup or old body wash that you've been given. You know, it's an expensive one, so you kept hold of it because it's something you've got of value, but do you ever use it? I mean, really good body cream is not very good if you've got a skin condition, right? So choose something natural. Think about, you're clearing the space, you're putting it in a bag. You know, if it can be thrown away, then throw it away. Obviously put it in a bin, but maybe wait till that New Year's, not New Year's Eve, sorry, I keep saying it, because it is like New Year's Eve, isn't it? The full moon night, to actually discard it. So during the day, take something to the charity shop. One of the things that I am manifesting right now, and one thing I really want to do, is to have a special animal sanctuary for to help heal anxious animals and to get them prepared to rehome or take them in and help them from past life stuff. And, you know, rather than just taking a lot of animals, I want to help, you know, do some healing work. I am looking for collaborators on this, and I am looking to raise funds, so feel free to donate whenever you like. That isn't a begging thing, but, you know, hey, you know, it needs funds. There are properties here that can be bought for 30 to 50 grand, 7 bedrooms with grounds, you know, which I can do this work. So again, looking for collaborators. And so what I'm going to do is, for the charity, when I take the stuff that can be charitable, is I'm going to take it to the animal charity place, where, you know, it helps the it's other sanctuaries for them. And that way I feel I'm connecting with it, you know, I'm doing it in the right way, I'm taking action, I'm moving forwards. When we want to manifest, it's not always just a wish, all right? You do need to let go of it and stop worrying about it or feeling guilty. But you know, there is action to take. Like I said, if you have a New Year's resolution, there's no point saying, I'm going to get a new job in 2023. And not actually looking for a new job. And I don't mean you've got to focus constantly on the new job, but consider what job you'd like. You know, a job is great. You can all get a new job, but it's not always the one that's going to serve our purposes, let alone make us happy. It might bring in a bit of extra money, but it might actually be really hard work and really, you know, be miserable. One thing I would say to everybody is focus on joy this year. Focus on joy, keep your faith, keep positive, you know, keep those dreams alive and keep them big, guys, you know. So start with this, a clearing, a simple clearing. Make space for the big thing. It's all very well wanting a pair of new pants, but if there's no room in the drawers, there's no room for them to the universe to bring them. They're going to say, well, your cupboards are full. You don't need anything. You got a load of stuff in there, but we don't know where to put it. It's like having a Christmas tree with loads of presents, right? Or you bring in loads of presents first, and then you buy the tree. Where do you put the tree? Where do you put the presents if the tree's too big? You know, where do you put everything? You need to find space. We need space to breathe. We need to flow. Energy needs to flow. The tides ebb back, they come forwards. When they go back, they pull everything back. They clear a space. Just be ready for, you know, that maybe a feeling of loss before you get what you want. And the loss is the space you're clearing. That's the loss. It's like, grieve it, but then write down and go and start creating a tally chart. For that item, it was at $10. That was $1. That was $5. I've already got $100 in my bag. Okay? I bet there's loads of things up there. So really, really take the time to do it. This is a wonderful ritual to do. Also, take some time during the full moon to really re-energize, to clear out your system, drink lots of water, burn white candles, maybe eat white food, and I don't mean sugar or white wine. White, clear food, clear, really clear out the system. This time to clear. You've got 2 weeks afterwards as well to meditate, to calm. By the end of that 2 weeks, we're going to be out of the retrogrades and we're going to be in a new start. So you can think about cleansing, getting your body ready to really see in the real new year that is coming on the 22nd. And enjoy, guys. If you'd like a private reading with me, you'd like to connect with me with some therapy, I'm going to be doing Reiki 1, Reiki 2 workshops, Tarot Mycenaeum during, I've got some dates in March coming up in Spain if you'd like to come over and do that. I'm also going to be doing some art workshops, some therapy workshops. If you're interested in coming over for a weekend and working with me, you get a group together. If you'd like a private reading, get to the website. Just connect with me. If you want to collaborate on this sanctuary, get in touch, guys. This could be the thing. All these like-minded people together. What a great collaboration. I wish you all the best in your clearing. Let me know how you go, and I will let you know how I go and what manifests as we go. And I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.